G'day fellas and welcome to an Age of Empires 4 Knights of Cross and Rose expansion overview. Today we look at the official website for Age of Empires 4 and the brand new pages they've just put up as of about 10 minutes ago. So we've got the House of Lancaster as well as the Knights Templar. I'll be leaving links down in the description if you want to go check these out for yourselves. I'll also be leaving a link for the pre-order page over on Steam, so you can go and pick that one up as well. You can see it's got a nice little discount on at the moment that is going to be ending just before the DLC drops. So let's get into it. The Knights Templar are a variant of Age of Empires 4's French civilization and are available with the Knights of Cross and Rose expansion. Historically, the order was founded in 1119 to protect pilgrims in their travels to Jerusalem. In the following centuries, the Knights Templar were recognized for their military might and vast wealth until King Philip IV of France began dismantling the order in 1307. In Age of Empires 4, the Knights Templar establishes commanderies throughout Europe, allowing their allies to fight alongside them. Capable of constructing fearsome fortifications and fielding a diverse selection of units, the Knights Templar fight to defend sacred lands. Let's scroll down and take a look. Playing as the Knights Templar, Nice little screenshot we've got back here. The Knights Templar begin the Dark Age with one goal: prepare to defend pilgrims journeying to nearby sacred sites. They do this by foraging for additional food provisions in nearby forests and establishing commanderies as they advance through the ages using the Templar headquarters, the Templar Town Center. Each commandery grants the Knights Templar access to a unique bonus and unit, tailoring both economic and military to the situation. Constructing powerful fortresses cements their control over the map while providing inspiration to military troops and acting as landmarks to guide pilgrims in their travels. That's a really nice screenshot as well. I love the way that they... I don't know how they get this kind of angle. I guess they're probably using the scenario editor. I wish there was a way to easily grab this angle in the normal game, because this is such a good angle. There's really... Yeah, you can see a lot of stuff there. All right, the Knights Templar units at a glance. All right, here we go. Templar brother. Oh yeah, goodbye. Long are the days of hell yeah, brother. Now we got Templar brother. The Templar brother is an expensive elite heavy cavalry unit with enhanced durability and damage. The Pilgrim generates gold by traveling from the Templar headquarters to nearby sacred sites. Okay, so it's now been 100% confirmed as to sort of what this role is. And then we've got the Hospitaller Knights. After establishing a commandery, the Hospitaller Knights fight alongside the Knights Templar as men-at-arms, both strong in combat and capable of healing injured units. So these are the Hospitaller Knights right here. Well, as we can see, little pseudo men-at-arms, got the ability to heal. The one thing that I think is going to be quite curious, or does it not give us any more pages? We don't get to see any of the other commanderies. No, it's just Knights Templar unit at a glance. Never mind. The Knights Templars through the age. Age 1. So we'll talk a little bit about this and get into it, but a little bit later. But let's check everything that they've got to show us. The Knights Templar through the ages. Age 1. The Dark Age begins by revealing the location of all sacred sites and relics. Utilize this information and the Templars' ability to forage for food from forests to prepare the way for the pilgrims. What does that mean? Forage for food from forests? Are they getting food from... That's what it's... I was going to call this out a little bit earlier, where I was like, this seems very strange how they've said it. Foraging for additional food provisions in nearby forests. What does that mean? That they get a percentage of their food from wood? Because that's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like. Age 2. Do we finish everything in here? Yes, and prepare the way for the pilgrims. Age 2. Research the safe passage technology at the Templar headquarters, so that's your town center, to begin escorting pilgrims, construct mighty fortresses to secure the way, and encourage more to take up the pilgrimage. Okay, so we can see the fortress right here, little pilgrims in front, all of the army there to escort the pilgrims. Actually, there's 3 pilgrims that are making their way across. Then in Age 3, in the Castle Age, establish a commandery in the Kingdom of Castile to inspire military units near sacred sites, and call upon the Genitor, a ranged cavalry unit which excels against other ranged units. Is this our first... I think this might be our first ranged javelin that we're seeing, because we've obviously had the javelin before, but it reminds me of AOM and the Terma as to this type of unit, because it's a ranged cav unit which excels against other ranged units. So it's a javelin, but it's also a javelin in the sense of like the Malian javelin. So this could be quite a powerful, quite a potent unit. And you're always going to be careful with units like these. Like these are always just absolutely busted. So I'm suspecting they've definitely neutered it somehow. We'll have to take a look and see when it eventually arrives. Age 4, the Knights Templar do not have access to gunpowder units. Instead, they field formidable trebuchets that can be deployed atop fortresses through unique emplacements. Alright, so there we go for the Knights Templar. So we'll come back to them and talk a little bit about them. Let's now move over to the second variant civilization. Overall for the Knights Templar, though, I'm excited for them, obviously. It's a really cool system, the commandery system. It reminds me a little bit of Age of Empires 3, which I think there's definitely, I wouldn't necessarily say inspiration taken from, or for this expansion for Age of Empires 4, but I can definitely see parallels between the two. Let's move over now to the House of Lancaster. So House of Lancaster, before we do that, just give me a quick second. Drink of the day. It's a Red Bull. I gotta take a first sip. Let me tell you how good it is. It's good. It's really good. Oh, that is great. Damn, that's good. The House of Lancaster is a variant of Age of Empires 4's English civilization and are available with the Knights of Cross and Rose expansion. Inspired by the historic House of Lancaster founded in 1267, this group came to power in 1399. Sparked the War of the Roses, and ultimately met their demise in 1471. So, not a bad little reign they've got right there. In Age of Empires 4, the House of Lancaster variant civilization boasts a powerful economy derived from their unique building, the Manor. In addition, their versatile army offers many tactical advantages on the battlefield, allowing them to defeat even the most capable of foes. Playing the House of Lancaster. Nice little screenshot right there. We can see they've got those classic English farms, but you can see that they've also got the farms around the town center here. Nice little sheep as well. The House of Lancaster focuses on defense and economy. I've never seen two more beautiful words put together. Their early game is centered around manors, which generate resources. Advancing to the feudal age opens up use of the Lancaster Castle, a capable landmark of turning the tides of battle due to its access to powerful levies that may be called once all manors have been built. Wow, there we go. Or even earlier if the situation is dire. Okay, so the levies are not limited to only once you've built all the manors. Because that's what it sounds like when you say it like that. And then you say, or even earlier if the civilization is dire. Or the situation is dire, sorry. In the late game, the Red Rose of Lancaster is in full bloom, with the resources pouring in from manors and robust heavy infantry bolstered by keeps. Strengthen the rest of the military using a host of unique technologies from the King's College to ensure tactical supremacy on the battlefield. So we've got a couple of landmarks that they've called out here, the Lancaster Castle and the King's College as well. So let's go down and take a look at the Lancaster units at a glance. They've gone with 4 of them, and I feel like they probably missed out a little bit of padding on the edge of the screen here, but that's all right. No, they definitely did. Lord of Lancaster, we're going to go with heavy melee infantry that increases the health of nearby units. A maximum of 4 can be fielded at any times. We nailed it. Who needs words? We know exactly what's going on right here. Then we've got the Hobbler. It is a light melee cavalry that rides a sturdy pony. These units are significantly cheaper and faster to train than a standard horseman. Are we about to get the Zergling of Age of Empires 4? Because, I mean, in the past we've said, like, there have been Zergling units, but this, I don't think there's ever been a unit that has come as close to it as this right here. Because if you're talking cheaper, faster to train, that means they are just coming out non-stop. They're going to be reinforcing well, and they're cheaper. I tell you what, Hobbler, I'm going to be watching you. And then we've got the Yeoman. Light-ranged infantry with increased range. The synchronized shot ability peppers an array of arrows at the targeted location. So we can see it using the synchronized shot ability right there. It's that fiery arrow look, and it can do it quite far from what we've seen in all of the footage. And then finally, we've got the Demi-Lancer, a heavy armored cavalry that has high durability but low damage, can only be trained through landmarks. So this right here is the Lancaster Castle, and they mentioned earlier the fact that it can levy units depending on how many manors you've got. So I suspect it's probably going to be the Demi-Lancer that you're able to levy. I don't know whether that's a once off or twice off, or whether you can just keep on doing it. It depends. Maybe it takes time. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. House Lancaster through the ages. Age 1. From humble beginnings, the Lancaster economy is bolstered by additional sheep and increased gather rates from shepherds. Okay, so this means that there's a lot of fallout for this. We'll come back, we'll talk about this, because this is a pretty big thing. increased gather rate from shepherds as well is quite interesting. Okay, age 2, start constructing manors. So that means that manors are not available in the first age. So not like the Dutch in Age of Empires 3 where you can build banks in the first age. Age 2, start constructing manors, which generate resources over time. Lancaster Castle can only be constructed to advance to the feudal age, which can also be constructed to advance to the feudal age, which aids in the protection of nearby manors and can quickly levy troops to their defense. So there's the Lancaster Castle right there. So it aids in the protection of nearby manors. I wonder if that means, so that's going to be providing a buff to manors and can quickly levy troops into their defense. Age 3. Advancing to the castle age with the King's College will unlock a suite of unique military upgrades that transform how your military performs on the battlefield. From unlocking oh my god. I like how they just drop that in there, like, from spearmen in the barracks to longbows in the archery range, from unlocking hand cannoneers early. The King's College can unlock hand cannoneers early, improving the bonus damage of your units. The King's College is sure to give your military the upper hand. Can we just read this again? Advance to the castle age with King's College. Advancing to the college. I've literally just woken up. It's like 4 a.m. in the morning. Advancing to the castle age with King's College will unlock a suite of unique military upgrades that transform how your military performs on the battlefield. From unlocking hand cannoneers earlier to improving the bonus damage of your units, the King's College is sure to give your military the upper hand. So the first one is WTF. I mean, we've already got examples of hand cannoneers unlocking earlier, right? So as long as they are giving the hand cannoneers like a reduced amount of damage, then it's fine. The second one, improving the bonus damage of your units. I think that's the first time we're ever seeing that mechanic. So bonus damage is damage that you get from attacking a specific type of unit. So if you're a spearman, you get bonus damage against elephants or against cavalry. Then that is increasing that damage specifically. So basically, this is going to reward people that are good at micro. That's essentially it. Those are some cool upgrades that we're seeing right there. I like the hand cannoneers earlier. Obviously, we've already got the Janissary, which is available in the third age, but I guess now we've got the hand cannoneer as well. And age 4, the backbone of Lancastrian forces are their formidable infantry ranks. The elite Earl's Guard is a devastating armored infantry equipped with a massive warhammer and throwing daggers. Constructing keeps will unify the houses, improving demi-lancers and Earl's Guard in combat. So there we go. Get to see those elite units. I will say, to my eyes, it looks like the yeoman is wearing yellow rather than gold, but I'll let it pass. So let's go back. I just want to talk about this little buff in Age 1 just before we get into the rest of it. And by the way, just a little reminder, if you haven't already, make sure you go and check out Knights of Cross and Rose over on the Steam page. At the moment, they've got that 15% off. So that's only lasting up until I think it's just before the DLC drops. So that'll be on the 8th of April that the offer ends. So get in there. Get in there. Anyway, Age 1. From humble beginnings, the Lancaster economy is bolstered by additional sheep and increased gather rates from shepherds. So when we think about sheep are... The reason why this is such a huge bonus is because sheep are something that you're going to get every game. They're consistent. They're always at the start, and that's massive. So I'm curious to see exactly how much this bonus is going to be, but this is going to be an incredibly strong bonus. It means that you're going to be able to get your second town center up faster if you want to go that route. It means that you're going to be able to age up faster if you want to. Obviously, you want to age up faster because the sooner you age up, the sooner you can unlock manors. So these are really good things. And further to that, you get additional sheep. So depending on, it doesn't say how many, but depending on how many you get, whether it's 2 or 3, it might not make a difference, but whether it's 4, 5, 6, then it definitely could make quite a bit of a difference, and it means that you don't have to go onto farms that early. It also means that there's a world where you could probably even do like, maybe you could literally go castle age. Now that I think about it, you can probably just go castle age off your starting sheep and off your manors, because we know that it trickles in resources as well. And yeah, this is definitely building to seem a little bit like Age of Empires 3 and their Dutch civilization. So very, very exciting. So overall for me, I'm definitely looking forward to both of these civilizations. If I had to pick one that I was planning on maining, it's obviously got to be the House of Lancaster, the English variant, just simply because they remind me so much of my favorite civ from Age of Empires 3. And I know there's been a lot of talk of Age of Empires 3 in this DLC, so I will just acknowledge that. But yeah, the Dutch in particular, I loved the Dutch. but before I tried any other civilization, I got my Dutch home city to like level 75 or 76. And then I finally decided to start playing other civilizations. So yeah, big fan of the Dutch. Then of course the Knights Templar, another very different civilization, at least straying away from the standard formula that we're familiar with. If we think about Age of Empires 4's traditionally, it has been very much it's almost been AoE2-esque in the sense that all the civs are relatively similar. We don't see a lot of particularly unique mechanics or unique unit rosters. With the Malians, we saw the very first unique unit roster where pretty much, or not pretty much, every single unit was unique. Now we're kind of trending back towards having similar units, right? Like you still got the crossbow, you've still got the spearmen in these civilizations. However, you've got really unique mechanics. You've got the manor for the House of Lancaster, which is a resource-producing building. You've got the age-up system as the commandery coming through from the Knights Templar. So these are huge differences in the mechanics and the fundamentals of these civilizations. So I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to learning how to master them, and I'm looking forward to seeing what some of the professional players can do with these civs. So anyway, we'll leave this video there. Once again, if you'd like to check out any of this information, I'll leave it down below, and of course, I'll leave a link to the Knights of Cross and Rose DLC. But other than that, we'll call it here, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.